You guys know what's absolutely wild? Like the smartest coaches I work with are often the most stuck. And I'm not talking about the ones who have no idea what they're doing. I'm talking about the coaches who have read all the books, who've done the certifications, who can probably even quote like Brene Brown, Joe Dispenza, personal development gurus in their sleep. They understand mindset. Like they get it. They probably even know what the reticular activating system is. They know about limiting beliefs and nervous system regulation, and they're still waking up every morning with an anvil on their chest. Like they still have imposter syndrome. They're still not charging the rates they want, and they still avoid posting content that would actually convert by telling themselves, oh, nobody wants to hear that. Following simple chat GPT copy paste bullshit. And when you ask them about it, when I ask them, they all say the same thing. Yeah, I understand that. I know where that comes from. Cool, guys. You understand it, AKA you're standing under it. And that's the exact fucking problem. And doing what I do, it's also the opportunity. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Chase Tollison. If you've been around my content for any length of time, you know I'm not just going to blow sunshine up your ass, right? This isn't some everything rainbow and rainbows and unicorns. Like I'm here to help coaches build businesses that actually feel as good as they look on paper. And today we're talking about why being too smart for your own good is probably keeping you stuck. Because, like, guys, here's the truth: understanding something intellectually and actually moving past it are two completely different fucking things. Like, most coaches are actually using their intelligence as a defense mechanism to avoid actually feeling the thing that needs to be felt. Let me say that again. Most coaches are using their intelligence as a defense mechanism to avoid actually feeling the things that need to be felt. If I hear somebody say, I'm jumping ahead in my plan here. And if I hear somebody say, oh, I'm not emotionally bypassing anything, take out that not. I'm emotionally bypassing something. That's their system saying, we don't want to go there. We're going to say that we don't have anything to go there for, but there's something there. So, I mean, let's dig in, right? Here's how this plays out. Somebody's a coach, they've done some personal development work. Maybe you've been to therapy. Maybe you've done some journaling. You've read The Body Keeps the Score or Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. You know your childhood affected you. So when something comes up in your business, let's say you need to raise your prices, but you feel this resistance, you can trace it back. Oh, I know why I feel this way. My dad always said money doesn't grow on trees. I internalize scarcity. I get it. And then you think you're done. I get it, guys. I get it. You think that because you've identified the source, you've solved the problem. It's like if I looked over and said, oh, there's a leak there. We're good. I see the leak. No, we got to patch it. But your breath is still in your chest. You still wake up anxious. You still haven't raised your fucking prices. And you're still taking clients out on a discount just to close people. Because your body already ascribed meaning to that moment when your dad said that. Your nervous system already stored that as money is scarce, asking for more is dangerous. And you're using your brain, all that mindset knowledge, to bypass actually feeling the fear, the shame, the whatever it is that's sitting in your body, the guilt. Your subconscious is saying, no, bad feeling scary. Don't go there. So you intellectualize it and you understand it. You stand under it. And because you're standing under it, it keeps weighing you down. I see this all the time after time after time, my one-on-one work. And I could just like make YouTube videos picking out instances. We'll pick one. We'll a client, we'll call him Marcus. We'll use a pseudonym here, but he came to me doing about $40,000 months. Good money, but he was burnt out, resentful, snapping at his wife and kids, hating his business, by the way, like a business that most people would dream to have. When we started digging, he could tell me exactly why. Oh, I know. My dad was this workaholic who was never around. I learned that love equals achievement. I became a people pleaser trying to earn approval. I know this. Cool. You know it. But I mean, here's the catch. When I asked him to write out a specific memory, not just the general theme, but a specific night, a specific moment, He resisted, like you all do. I don't have time for this. I already know where this comes from. I just need to make more money. Homie was already like profiting $20,000 a month. Like, you think if you're not enjoying it at $20,000 a month, you're magically going to enjoy it at 30, 50, 80, $100,000 a month profit? Like, that's the trap. Because when he finally wrote it out, when he actually let himself go back to being that 10-year-old kid sitting at his desk, waiting for his dad to come home from work to help with his science project, and his dad never showed, something shifted. He read it out loud. He read it out loud slowly. He read it out loud with breath between the sentences. And y'all, if you work with me, you'd better just like, I'll tell you right now, he cried. Most of y'all end up crying, like ugly cried, and that's good. Any feeling felt fully is bliss, y'all. And it's not because he didn't know about his dad being absent, but because he never actually let himself feel the disappointment, the anger, the I'm not important enough that was still sitting in his chest. And now you're wondering, you guys are like, yeah, but what did Ashley do? Well, here's what happened after that session. He stopped discounting his services. He started actually setting boundaries with clients. He raised his prices by 30% and didn't lose a single dream client, right? Like, profit went up, revenue went up. Not because he learned some new sales tactic, because it was actually because he finally released the story that he had to overwork and undercharge to prove he was worthy. What? So, I mean, why do smart coaches fall into this trap? Dramatic pause. Because you're too damn smart for your own good. You've read enough to know that your perceptions shape your reality. You know that your mindset matters. You know that your childhood affects you. So when something uncomfortable comes up, you immediately categorize it. Oh, that's just my inner critic. That's just my ego. That's just my nervous system being dysregulated. And most motherfuckers start identifying with this and glorifying it. And then you think you've handled it, right? But naming something is not the same as releasing it, right? And naming it is actually like your subconscious asking you to go in and look at it. Understanding where it came from is not the same as letting it go. And this is where most mindset work gets it wrong. Because people think if they just do enough affirmations, if they just meditate enough, if they just reframe their thoughts, they'll be fine. But affirmations don't work when there's a story underneath them that says, you're not worthy. Meditation doesn't work fully when you're using it to bypass the thing you actually need to fucking feel. The amount of my clients that come in and go, oh yeah, I was just using meditation to like avoid this. Oh yeah, no shit. Reframing doesn't work when your body is still holding on to the original frame. You're just literally polishing a turd, right? You're wiping the counters while the cabinets are packed with chaos. So now you're going, Chase, cool. You've yelled at us for 8.5 minutes. What's the fucking solution? You actually get to go in and look at the thing, not intellectually, not from a safe distance. And I have seen people who help others reframe their thoughts, sit there and go, oh yeah, I don't think I'm emotionally bypassing anything. 3 minutes later, massive emotional release. Some of those people go in after that and naturally clear out the thing that's underneath the thing. Some go, oh yeah, I just need to work on other things. Motherfucker, practice what you preach. You get to write out the specific stories, the specific moments, the specific memories where you learned the thing that's now running your business, whether you want to admit it or not, because those memories burn themselves into your reticular activating system. And that narrative is what your subconscious has been running on. And if you think that just deciding to change the story, deciding to change your perception is going to automatically reprogram what's been running in your head for decades, then I guess your clients can just decide to eat better, right? I guess they can just decide to lose weight. It's the same thing. Like, you guys see it all the time that clients with decades of poor health habits take work, take realignment. They fall up. It's the same thing with these narratives. So you write them out, and then you have to read them out loud, slowly, and then again with breath. Because here's what happens when you do that. Your nervous system finally gets to process the emotion that it's been holding on to for decades. The story loses its power. The meaning shifts, and the weight quite literally lifts. And suddenly, the thing that felt impossible, raising your prices, posting vulnerable content. You can't be vulnerable in content if you're unwilling to be vulnerable with yourself, by the way. And if you are, and I'll do a whole fucking video on this one. If you're refusing to take an accurate and honest look into yourself, there's a reason your content feels forced and contrived, and you're being a fucking hypocrite saying you're posting authentic content. No, you're not. I love you guys. And sometimes it's just time for some real talk. This is why, saying on the other side of this, saying no to the wrong fit client, it becomes easy. Not because you learned a new strategy or some new framework. It's because you're no longer operating from that old story, right? So if you're still here, I got a gift for you. Here's the 4-step process I use with every single one of my clients. Take it, try it out on memory or two. Where I come in is over 2,000 hours of one-to-one work, of experience, of having surgical precision with questions to help you find the right stories, the ones you don't even realize are there, right? So, and most of y'all won't do this consistently. My clients only do it because they get on calls with me because you're too busy trying to refine your funnels or train new setters. By the way, if you're building a team, culture eats strategy for breakfast, and culture is top down, and it starts with you being happy with you. So step 1, write the story, not the general theme, the specific memory. What happened? What was said? What was felt in the moment, right? Err on the side of too much detail. Step 2, read it out loud, conversational pace, word for word. Just read it and see what comes up. I'm giving you guys the 4 steps. You want the specific questions, we can chat. Step 3, you read it slower, 80% speed. Let yourself actually be there. Notice what you feel in your body. What's the strongest emotion? And also, speaking of emotion, when you're going through this process, 3 words, let it happen. If you go through this and you fight the feelings, you're doing it. You might as well just go back to just trying to grind your face off. Step 4, read it with breath. Full breath in, full breath out between each sentence. Let the emotion literally move through and out of you. And then, or let you move through the emotion. And then the part most people skip. We rewrite it. And this is where a professional, aka yours truly, really comes in, because we take the story and we shift the words. We don't go, oh, just say this instead and put some bullshit Pinterest affirmation on it. 1 word at a time, so your nervous system and your subconscious can actually adapt. We remove the meaning that no longer serves you. We take the sentences that were super heavy and we just shift certain language types from one to the other at a time. And we create a narrative that's actually true, that actually moves through you. And like I said, this isn't just some toxic positivity bullshit. It's just the truth. It's accuracy without the weight. When you actually do this work, when you stop understanding and start feeling, everything changes. Your content gets cleaner because you're not performing anymore. You're just being you. Your sales calls get easier because you're not carrying all that baggage into the conversation. You can actually listen because you're not busy trying to quiet the noise in your head. And your business gets lighter because you're not dragging decades of unprocessed emotion through every decision. And your go hard mentor who says the weight is part of it, they just have unprocessed shit too. And in the same way that hurt people, unhealed people will create more unhealed businesses. And like, that's your choice if all you want to do is make money. But if you want the anvil released from your chest and you actually want to show up, like live the life that you think you want to live, I'd imagine that's you because you're still here, what, 15 minutes in? Like, your family will get all of you when it's family time because you're not walking around with an anvil on your chest wondering about the leads and the close percentage and this and that. This is what I mean, y'all, when I say I help coaches build businesses that feel as good as they look on paper. Because most of you have the tactics. You know how to market. You know how to sell. Like, you know how to sell. Even if you don't do it well, you know how to sell. It's just the story in your head about whether or not you're actually worthy of collecting people's money that's keeping you from closing. And you know how to deliver results. What you don't have is a clean fucking nervous system. And until you get that, you're always going to be fighting yourself. So, of course, like, here's my question for you. What story are you standing under right now that you claim to understand? But like, what is it? What's the thing you understand but refuse to fully look at that you haven't actually released? That for some fucked up reason, you think that you have an obligation to carry this thing. Is it the story about money, about worthiness, about vulnerability, about what you're actually fucking capable of? Is it a story about your parents, your ex, your past failures, a loss? Whatever it is, I promise you, it's costing you more than you realize. It's costing you clients. It's costing you peace. It's costing you the business and the life you actually want. And the scary part is you can keep understanding it for the next 10 years, or you can actually do something about it. So, like, if you're still here, almost 17 minutes in, here's what I want you to do. Go to Instagram, shoot me a DM. Tell me what came up for you, what you were like, oh man, he's right. And I think it might be this while you were listening to this. Full disclosure, that's likely just layer one. We find 3 to 4 layers with every client. And if you're ready to actually do the work, not just understand it, I understand it, and I'm going to stick it over there in the corner. If you want to actually move through it, let's talk about working together. Like, what does it look like? I do 16-week one-on-one coaching where we go in and clear out all the stories that are keeping you stuck. And we, after we get done with the stuck, we actually build your power and build your confidence, not just forced bravado. And then we build your brand clean from that foundation. It's not for everyone. It's for coaches who are done pretending that more tactics are going to solve an internal problem. And if that's you, if you're done pretending, I'm here. Links in the description, or just DM me the word story, and we'll start the conversation. Till next time, y'all, remember, understanding something doesn't mean you've moved past it. It just means you're standing under it. And you deserve to set that weight down. Thanks for being here.